Okay, I fixed the issue. Took maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes or something like that. The idea last time was, currently right now, whenever you flip to a page, we check to see if the page should be on cooldown or not. Either, i.e. the symbol for the spell is grayed out or it's not. Maybe I need to do a better way of doing this, but I think it works now. It's good. Before just now, we would either update it to be the current material, the default material, the non-cooldown material, or we would set it to be the cooldown material. The problem is when switching the materials like this at runtime and switching the material itself, it pixelates a bit because I only did a manual Blender bake for a few of them. I didn't do it for every one of them. I only did it for the initial 3, and then I went in and just did image editing directly in paint.net to make the rest of the materials. As a result, only Fireball, Freeze, and Magic Missile cleanly switch between their materials. So instead of doing it for all of them, I thought, well, I could just do it in the code. Maybe later I choose to do the cooldown for all of them, but what if I just make the material grayscale and see if that fixes it? And I do it in the code, so there's no actual material switch. I instead just update the material. So I did exactly that. I went to all the materials and I added in this new node I found, desaturation. This, if I give it a 1 value, it maximizes the desaturation. It brings it to fully desaturated, so there are no regular colors. One of the side effects though is that this black here changes. Well, I guess you can't tell here, but it changes a little bit and it looks a little funky, but maybe it's okay. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet, but it's fine. The stuff works. So I went into every single one of the spells for now, and I added this desaturation node. So now, instead of in the logic when we cast a spell or when we flip a page to show a new material, instead of checking to see what the cooldown is and then choosing either the cooldown material or the regular material, instead, we always choose the regular material. We create a dynamic material instance out of it. That way we can adjust its parameters at runtime. Check to see if it's on cooldown. If it's not, we just use the straight up material as is. Full opacity, or not full opacity, but no grayscale, good to go. But if it is on cooldown, instead, we go into the material and we update this grayscale fraction parameter that I created that you just saw, and I give it a value of 1 to make it maximum grayscale. So what that looks like is this now. Only thing is it updates the whole material, so it does update the page itself instead of just the color. But for example, freeze. Now it works and it's seamless, but we already knew that it was seamless for the default spells like this. So magic missile, freeze. Both of those are off. I can wait on this one. It's back. It's back. Fireball, freeze, magic missile. So they look good live, and they also look good when you're not looking at the spell and you go to the spell. Let's go to another map where we have all the spells. Before, the first 3 were good, so Maze looked fine because you only have those 3 spells, the ones that I explicitly baked in Blender. But now we're going to check it with all the others that I didn't do that for. We'll do invisibility, shield, lightning bolt, recover, blindness, deafness, blink, crunch, deodorant, fireball, freeze, magic missile, freeze. Cool. So it works. Now we just do it in the code with the actual parameter. The only thing though that's a little funky, and I'm going to see if I can fix that, is only changing the sigil, freeze. Right now you can see the whole page color changes. So I want to see if I can do the logic. Maybe I have to do it a little differently or just change how the node works in the material itself. So I'm going to go and test that in the fireball one and see if there's a way that I can avoid fucking up the black part, because that wonks it. Well, what if I just changed the grayscale fraction to like a lower number and see what that looks like, because I haven't done that. So what if we say 0.5 is now the number? So it goes halfway to grayscale. We'll go to maze, because we only have 3 spells. Freeze. Oh, it's actually okay, kind of. Hold on, let's see. Let's do a little more. 0.7 or 0.3. Try that. Might not be enough. Might be still too much color. It needs to be obvious whether you can cast it or not. Wait, what? Oh, I need to do maze so you don't cast everything. Freeze. Freeze. That's pretty good, but kind of hard to tell. You have to... At some point I'll add outlines to the spells or something like that, or maybe... I need to play around with how it actually looks to see if I can avoid fucking up the black part of the material. Because desaturation might not be the right answer. It's still going to be me setting a value, and I can still leave it grayscale fraction, so the logic will be the same, but I'm going to play around with this. But for now, it works. So there's no more pixelation when you go from a spell on cooldown to not on cooldown, or on cooldown to not on cooldown. There's no more funky transition. So I could remedy it by the hard work of just going in and manually doing it for each. But if I could do it in the code without having to do that, and it looks identical or close enough, then maybe that's better. So it could go either way. So, okay.